Hey people, what's happening? Balin911 showing you a little bit of a character customization. Now this is not just a simple, I'm showing you what character I'm making. I'm going to go into a little bit of detail about each of these classes and some of my suggestions about what they do, what are they skilled for. And unfortunately, I lost my original commentary for this because Audacity likes to randomly close on me. I'm very sorry. So if I tend to rumble along or I don't say something correctly about one of the classes, I'm sorry, that was just a sync problem on my part. So anyway, we're going to start off, and one of the things that I started off when I was playing the game, as well as Oblivion, was that I started off originally wanting a lot of speed in my characters. I just wanted to be able to run across the map really fast because I didn't go and search every location, and when I ran those missions for the Dark Brotherhood and Oblivion, I'd have to run all over the fucking place to get my dead drop orders and everything. And I always found it easier just to be like a Kajati and run all the way over. But then recently I had replayed the campaign, switched around, and then I started doing some regular gameplay, but then I found that Bretons were the best for me. But to start off right now, we're going to show Argonians. I mean, these guys are really good. They're very balanced. They give you some benefits. They have some good speed, and they're very good with like light weapons. But ultimately, it's not a character that I would pick, mainly because they don't have too much strength, and they tend to be a little bit off on the damage dealing. Bretons, this is one of my favorites because they're great in their magic. They don't have the strongest magic, but they have the most mana, in my opinion. And it's fantastic for me because that way I can cast my spells. They can offshoot between doing swords, daggers, bows, any of that. So they're really good. Dark Elves are a little bit trickier for me because I've never played them, but I found them to be quite interesting because they have that decent amount of magic, and then sometimes they have that power, like they can deal some good damage, and you know, they act as some decent mages. Not the greatest, but decent. High Elves, this is a very basic class. You should know High Elves, very good with their magic, not too much on their hand-to-hand or melee, but yeah, that's a very simple class. Imperials, these are your very simple all-around classes. This is really your starter class because they have a little bit of everything, and you know, they can do fighting, they can do magic, they can do sneaking, thief. It's a very basic class. If you're starting off, this is what you were going to want to use. And obviously, you know, they've got a little bit of everything, so if you're like trying to learn the game, you can start this one off and then come back and restart on whatever you want to do, because these guys don't have one main focused power, and obviously you're going to want that when you make a character. Kajati, these are one of my favorite ones. They're very fast, great with daggers, great thieves as well. That's something you want to take into effect. They are great thieves. And I love them, but unfortunately, as time goes on and you're doing your missions and your quests, it gets really hard to do that without any major attack or magic. Nords are very simple, again. They're very good with their fighting. They're very strong, and you know, they balance between doing some magic and absorbing magic, but they're a really good strength-based class. Now, Orc as well. These guys are brutish. These guys are very awesome. They can carry a lot of stuff. Their main focus is heavy armor, and obviously this is going to be one of your favorite classes to do if you're just straight up go bash everything in sight. And I recommend this one also because, I mean, you can carry tons of stuff and go kill everybody. The only downside is that you have almost no range, so you got to be cautious about that. Red Guards, once again, they're kind of like the Imperials. They're very balanced. They have some really good skills. Ultimately, they're really decent for warriors. They can tank a lot of damage, and they're strong like that. Basic unit, though. Next up is Wood Elves. These guys are pretty awesome. I've never played this one. They're really good as Beastmasters because if you can read on the bottom, they can use a command animal to fight for them. So obviously, it's a great class. You can use it and make your own little pets and help fight for you. Now, since this is me, I prefer playing Breton, and because I want to go through the campaign, and when I go through the campaign, I need to have that ability to like get a bunch of magic spells and help buff myself and make sure that I can stay alive, because originally in Oblivion I just cheated and I lowered the difficulty all the way down to nothing, got a bunch of money, blew everything up. Now, or I'm going to play more legit if I can on this one, and you know, Bretons are the perfect ones for me because they can go melee, they can go archery, and they can go magic, but unfortunately they sacrifice a little bit in terms of their strength. And with customization too, I've never really found any need to go like customize my character to look like me. So basically, I just kind of throw whatever I want into it. I just take default. The only thing I'll really change that affects how my character looked is his weight, because I'm a little heavier, so I obviously want him to look a little heavier. And I change up the hair too, because I mean, that just changes the appearance when you're wearing helmets. So I mean, you know, it changes things up. So yeah, I hope this tutorial been a little bit instructing, because I mean, it wasn't just me showing you what my character's going to be. I hope you take a little bit of information from this, and you know, it helps you decide what you want to make out of your character. That is, if you're going to get Skyrim. I will be posting some more videos, but don't expect too many, because mainly I wanted to do this with glitching or tutorials. And Bernard's going to get it too, but I'm not sure when, so he would definitely have some suggestions, and we're going to wait for him to come back and give me more suggestions, and I'll make a ton of videos for you guys.